So we just helped one of our wholesaling clients lock up another property for 410,000, which has an ARV of 800,000. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how we did it using Facebook ads, and I'll just break down all the numbers for you. So if you're a real estate investor thinking about running paid ads to generate off-market deals, you have a transparent look on behind the scenes of, what an agency like us basically does. So here is the actual message from my client, and what's cool about this particular client is we do have a partnership deal on this specific account. So this deal basically can benefit me as well, and so obviously everything has to kind of finalize and close. But this looks like it's going to be a super big case study, both for the clients and then for me as well, because this would be my actual first partnership deal from this specific format. So anyway, basically here's, my partner saying the house is worth 800,000. I got it for 410. And then he basically said he had probably a dozen people interested in the property within 15 minutes of sending it out. And he thinks that we can wholesale it for 540,000. So this is going to be a pretty big assignment fee, and this is already under contract. So I'll break down the numbers now and how all this stuff works. So basically, this is a newer account, right? This is somebody I already know, but it's a newer account specifically for this type of deal we're doing. And so he has generated 56 leads in basically what Facebook shows, 56 leads, 4K in ad spend. But I have the real numbers down below. So I'm going to break down all the ads numbers, show you guys the strategy, and then some little changes we actually made to, make this strategy work. So there have actually been 63 leads from the system. So Facebook is showing 56, but there's actually 63. And then here's just kind of a, lead flow, daily lead flow. So you can see the submissions coming in every single day. And then part of what we changed with this specific campaign is we were initially doing like a few different states, and then we started to, transition into nationwide, and I'll talk about why. So you can see some of these different states that we were getting leads in through the nationwide strategy. So if you have the ability to disposition properties, throughout the United States, nationwide can be a really profitable strategy. And there's some, little things to note, but I'll cover those in a second. So these are the actual numbers. So 63 leads so far, cost per lead of $62 per lead. And then there have been only 12 appointments. Now, if you've seen my other case studies, usually we'll have like a 30 to 40% appointment booking ratio, because our funnel, we take leads to a survey page and then they can go to a calendar page and book appointments. And so you may be wondering why this is a lot lower. This is like 20% booking, because about 30 or 40 days ago, we actually turned off the ability for the lead to book the appointment because this client is busy. So we didn't want to have people booking appointments and then, missing those appointments. And so we just turned off that specific function. So we're just collecting the leads up front. So this is why this number is lower. Had we left that on, this probably would be at 25 or 30. So cost per appointment still comes out to $330, which isn't even bad considering we changed this, like I said, within the last 30 days. And then out of these 63 leads, 3 have been under contract. So like I said, I've been partnered up, with this client. And so we've gotten 3 other ones, but it looks like this one's going to be the deal. So, these other 2 just, we'll see what happens with them, but these are the numbers so far. And like I said, he got it for 410. And he thinks we can move it at over 500,000. So this is going to be a pretty awesome case study, and obviously I'll post updates when everything finalizes. But I wanted to show you guys that we got another deal here, and we're getting them every single week. I just sometimes don't go through all of them and literally create case studies on all of them. But here's one that I found pretty notable. So spent 4K in ads, and then time frame 2 months, 18 days ago since we basically started. And I think this is good for investors that are watching to see that, obviously we've been generating leads the whole time. We've been getting in contact with leads, but even 2.5 months in, there hasn't been an actual deal that has closed. But this one, which is under contract, that looks like it's going to be really promising. It has the potential to, basically 25x the return on ad spend from nationwide, because this ended up actually being a lead in a pretty competitive market. So that's one of the cool things about nationwide, is that you will still get leads in different areas that you may not be able to move a deal in, but you can also still get leads that are in super popular markets, which is what this one just so happened to be. So And if you're watching this, channel and this video for the first time, this strategy works in local markets as well. So this doesn't have to be nationwide. If you have one specific city or a few different counties within a state, the system still performs. Your cost per lead may be higher, but it still works, because I've had people that I've talked to on the phone and they're like, I saw your nationwide video. Like, does this work for, a local market or something like that? So it 100% does. But we have seen it the most success with people that do virtual wholesaling, just because it's kind of less competitive in a way, because you're so decentralized with where you're finding these deals. So, that is the time frame there: 2 months, 18 days. Lead to contract ratio, it's basically 21 leads per one contract, and then 60 leads to get the actual contract this should be a deal. So we've gotten 3 under contract, so it's taking about 21 leads to get the contract. But in this specific case, it looks like it's going to be this one that's going to close and turn into profit. So 63 leads to get one deal. So the conversion rate currently is 1.7%. Over time, this will probably level out. But if you've seen my channel before, it's on average going to take 25 to 50 leads to get a deal. So this is pretty standard stuff with Facebook. And if you're new to the channel, this is the strategy that we're running. So we are using Facebook video ads. So we're using user-generated content ads, and we are taking those leads to a survey page. And if you're wondering what user-generated content is, if you've scrolled on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok and you see kind of these more personable ads where it looks more just like an average person recording a video and recording an ad, that's what we're using, versus like super produced ads. So these are working really well. And so we're running Facebook video ads to a survey page, and this is where we'll collect their reason for selling, property type, how soon they want to sell. And since we're doing nationwide, we're asking quite a bit of questions. So we're doing survey page, and on that survey page, like I said, we're asking reason for selling, property type, is it listed, how soon they'd like to sell, asking price, address, name, email, phone number, stuff like that. So when the lead comes in, we're getting probably 6 to 7, data points on the lead. And, when they come into the system, we're seeing all that information. So after we collect that, in most cases, is actually the only client I've ever turned the calendar off for. So in every other case other than this, we're directing leads to a calendar page after they've filled out the actual survey. And then from there, they just go to a thank you page if they book an appointment. And then we have automated text and email follow-up. So we have automated text and email follow-up that goes out for over a year. And we also have ChatGPT plugged in to communicate with the leads and get the leads to book an appointment. So all the bases are pretty much covered here, and that's basically what we're doing. So just to kind of summarize, we are doing Facebook conversion campaigns. So if you're not new to Facebook, you'll know that there's different types of lead campaigns you can run. You can do a lead form, or you can do like a website submission where you take people to a landing page. So we use the Facebook conversion campaigns because, one, the client has a sufficient budget, which it's only at $50 a day, but because it's nationwide, that's a great budget for nationwide. If you're going local, you probably need to get into closer to $75 to $100 a day. And it'll depend on certain markets and stuff like that. But we're doing conversion campaigns, 3-step funnel, which is just the survey, calendar, and the thank you page. And then we started virtual, so we started in a few states, but then because of this unique circumstance, which I won't share on video, but we decided to go nationwide. And it's working much better for what we're wanting to do with this. And then we're using UGC. We got $50 a day. And like I said, we've got a long form survey because it's a nationwide campaign, and we're doing these targeted UGC ads. So that's what we're doing. That's one of our newest case studies here. And if you're an investor, you want some help with this, you can go to newbreedinvestor.com, book a call with me, and we'll see if we can help you out with this. And if you're an agency who wants to get results like this for your clients, you can go to the school link and join our our exclusive group there. So yeah, just a quick video to show you guys what we're up to, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.